I'm never sleeping, cause sleeping is the cause of your death. Live by the cold shoe, I take my last breath. I'm never sleeping. I hustle while you rest. We from the cooking still ain't nothing left.
It's your boy Reality Round Bullard, man. I'm here with another episode of the Reality Round with my co-host
Falsehawk215_Reality Realm. Hey people, as always, we are loving the love. We are receiving it, and we just want to give it all back to you, man. Let's just jump right into this. So we're going with life topics as usual first. So the first topic that we have, and this is, correct me if I'm wrong, this was us or this was viewer? The first topic.
The first topic, I believe, no, this is, matter of fact, no, this might just be viewer. Like, I have to
that's cool.
Because I definitely believe it was, matter of fact, wait a minute, hold on 1 second. You know what? I'm usually better prepared for these sorts of things. You know.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
No. Actually, this is us.
Okay. All right. Well, credit goes to us. Should females be excused for having a sexually gay moment? Because as a man, we would never be accepted for that moment. I'm gonna let you start this one off.
Okay, now. See, one thing I have learned in the times that we have been doing these is I have learned to watch my step with certain shit.
Okay.
So I'm gonna step on out here, but I'm gonna step very, very gingerly, just like a motherfucker walking across ice that he ain't sure is frozen all the way through or not. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's cool. You're just gonna slide step through it. That's all right.
Yes, sir. For years, women have often complained about double standards in America, and they're not wrong. Let me just go ahead and say that. You know, they are most definitely beyond doubt double standards in America. However, there are some in their favor as well. You know, even though they've always complained about the ones that aren't. But now, and speaking about a topic like this. Yeah, this one right here is definitely one in their favor, man, because it's funny how a female, it could come out that a female had a quote unquote gay moment with another female, like they went through some old
some traumatic and they was caught in the middle of something and yeah,
you know, it's dressed up and cutened up, you know, and it's got a little ribbon tied around it as it's presented to the world. Like, well, this and that happened between them, but somebody was going through something. Somebody got comforted.
Or I was young. You know what I'm saying?
But see, bottom line is that shit gets pushed aside, and nobody don't really hold them to that. Whereas, though, if some shit come out that a dude went down a certain road, now all of a sudden, like, oh man, it's like it's unforgivable. And please let me just clarify something. See, I ain't saying this shit because I ain't never in my life. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing like that. Never have, never wanted to, never thought about it. None of that shit. So, but I do know that it happens that way. It happens that way all the time. And is it right that it happens that way? No, it's not right. I think that if you want to excuse them for having their moment, for whether and however way you want to word it, whether it's because they were curious or being comforted or whatever the fuck it was, if you want to excuse them for that, then I think that you should excuse some brother that may have had just a moment of. Just a moment of difference of
unclarity, like
you know what I'm saying? Like he should receive that too. He should get that benefit of the doubt as well.
See, now my take on it is I'm a little torn, man. I'm a little torn. I think I'm going the opposite way with you, man. I think I am. I guess just the way certain standards, like you said, the double standard, but certain standards have been set, and it could be unfairly for men. You know what I'm saying? Whereas though we're not allowed to have that moment. Not saying that it's fair, but that's the way you was brought up. Like, man, you can't have this moment of weakness to whereas though your judgment lapses. Now, if that's what you like, hey, that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, then go out and just do what you do. I don't care. It doesn't bother me none. I just feel as though, like, you know, with the what I don't mind two soft bodies coming together. That's just me personally. I mean, I like it. If y'all want to go ahead and do that, I mean, do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at you.
A lot of brothers do. A lot of brothers, no, that's real. A lot of brothers do like it, as you say. A lot of cats don't mind. Now, myself personally, I feel like it's a waste of those two soft bodies, as you say, coming together.
Oh, bro, it might not be a waste. What if we all just have fun?
See, now it comes down.
I'm just saying.
Now it comes down to individual preference. I'm just, I've always been, I've been a very by the book brother when it comes to certain shit. Like
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just say, I'm not really one to kind of veer off the path. And in my opinion, just my opinion, when you start speaking in terms of engaging in certain kinds of activities.
Yeah, I know it gets a little weird. Yeah, that could be, yeah.
Like,
well, you did it. Well, why can't you do it? No, I'm not doing that.
Right. You see, there you go. Then it calls shit like that in the question. That's why I'm like, I just rather not. You know what I'm saying? But that's, again, that's just me.
No, I feel you.
And
like I said, I don't mind it, man. I don't mind it. But I do think that, I guess within my thoughts, and it could be just the way I was brought up in a way, or the people that I was surrounded with. Nah, you can't have that you can't have that momentary lapse in judgment if you're a dude. So I mean, it is kind of a double. It is, but
I mean,
like I said,
I agree. Let me clarify that. I agree with that. I feel like you can't have it either, but I'm just saying I don't think it's fair.
Right. It's not fair. It's not fair.
But you can't do it at the same time. You just can't. Nah, can't do that.
It's one of them things, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to pay taxes, but I have to. Shit, like.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of them things I just can't, you know what I mean? Can't get around. I can't do it. Like,
can't do it.
All right, so the next one then, this one right here, this is viewer. This is definitely viewer. It's actually somebody a little close to me. I'm not getting into specifics, but I'm just going to bust it out. So what is the breaking point for secrets in a relationship before you call it quits? Now, the life example will be this. What if you find out your better half is doing hard drugs? Do you stick it out, or do you try to fix it, or do you just run?
You know what? Now, okay, there's an exceptionary rule. I think that a lot of how you handle that situation depends on what was there in the relationship. Like, if this is somebody who you know for a fact, now maybe your situation may not have been drugs, maybe you had some other kind of issues,
right?
And this person was there for you, and now they fell into a pitfall. Now it's like, damn, you know what? I can't just, even though everything in me might say, oh, but you doing what? Oh, fuck that. That may be how you feel. But because that person was there for you and they tried to lift you up when you had your time of need, you might not want to just, as you say, break and run when you find out but see, secrets in a relationship is never a good thing to me.
Right.
I just feel like, it just kind of sets the stage for nonsense down the line. Because now, when said secrets surface, and the crazy thing is, I tell people all the time, you never know how your shit's gonna come out.
Yeah,
it comes out in the weirdest, oddest ways. You never could have, like when it hits the fan, and after it happens, after the fact, you sit back and you say, "Damn, you know what? I never would have imagined that he or she would have found out that way.
That way, right? Exactly.
I never would have found. I never would have guessed it in a million years. And it's weird. That's how it happens, man. So, I'll say this though. If it wasn't a situation where you had something that you were helped through, but this person is out here running around doing something fraud. See, that matters too, man. Like,
it definitely do.
Whether drugs, that shit like that happens. Unfortunately, sometimes people fall into that pit.
Yeah, and they're just weak minded. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what's going to happen to you, but you still do it anyway. Like,
and now you end up in a fucked up predicament. You can't stop it. You done started some shit you can't stop.
right.
Trying to hide that shit from your other half. They find out about it, confront you on it. You might deny it in the beginning. You know, why would you even ask me something like that? Why? But all in all, you know damn well you are doing that.
Right, right.
You know, and so like when it's like that, now I think maybe you could say, all right, you know what? I see the type of time you on. I came to you, I asked you about it, you lied to me about it, you still was trying to sneak around and do it even after knowing I found out about it. In a situation like that, it might be time to get the hell out like it's a house on fire.
No, that's real shit. That's real shit. And I guess I can speak a little more close to because I'm close to the situation because I actually know the person. So, I mean, the facts that I got of it, I'm still, you know, the facts are still rolling in because, you know, once you find out, now it's like, well, let me backtrack on a few situations, you know what I'm saying? And see exactly, could that have been that? Or I just don't want to blame that on that. And the survey says, yeah, I think it's that. Because a lot of things has been coming out, you know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, you start questioning it. And it's like, well, yeah, that's a motherfucking meth head's fucking problem and shit. Like, jittery, always on the go, can't sit down. You know what I'm saying? And you done found the actual hardcore evidence. It's not like it's not by word of mouth. You've seen the evidence. You actually seen it. Now, my thing was this. Like I told the person, I said, look, man, I think you should really keep it real with her. You know what I'm saying? Let her know you know. You know what I'm saying? If you feel as though you want to go through that long road, because it's going to be a long road. If you go through that long road and, you know, you feel yourself, you know, you can't do it no more, at least you tried. Because y'all do have time in. You know what I'm saying? Clearly you got feelings for the girl because if that was the case, you'd have been out. It wouldn't have been no kind of like, well, damn, this is what I found. X, Y, like, man, I kicked the joint out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So obviously there's something there for you to grasp onto. So if you feel that way, and I mean, the person is around your age, actually. So, I mean, you ain't getting no younger. You know what I'm saying? So I think you need to really put the effort in. With that being said, sometimes you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you feel as though, like, you know, you're old enough to not have that problem or have that pitfall because maybe you should have came and we could have worked it out together, whatever you was going through. You know what I'm saying? Don't run into something else, run to me.
Right.
So now that's easier said than done. Like I said, the facts are still coming in on this one. I'm waiting for a text as we speak. We're going to get some more info on this because I don't want to say exactly what happened or what didn't happen or whatever. But, yeah, it was supposed to be a conversation had today. My folks is at work, so I'm pretty sure, you know what I mean? You know, he at work trying to get his mind off it, but once he gets off, we'll have that conversation, you know what I'm saying? You know, and hopefully he does the right thing. Me personally, I would have ran. I just would have ran.
I get it because, like, on some real shit, like, you know, I'm the type of motherfucker that sometimes, and I tell people this all the time. With me, when I got an opportunity to sit around and now think about what was just done or said, that's when shit gets bad for that other person.
Right.
Because now I get a chance to really analyze and break down a lot of shit, and I get to say to myself, nah, that ain't it. I can't fuck with that. Like something must be done. I mean, it might be time for old boy just to let her know, look, the only fucking meth that better be up in my crib is an old ass Wu-Tang album, and that's reality.
Yo, real shit, man, real shit. So yeah, I'm praying for him though. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully. And like I told him, you know what I mean? You got to think about you at this point. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to deal with this? Because it's not going to be easy.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be easy. It just luckily it hasn't gotten to the point where your shit start missing. But when shit when they hit rock bottom, your shit going to start missing.
Your shit going to start missing. Like their fucking teeth going to start missing.
Right.
Like it's going to get out of pocket, bro. It's going to get out of
pocket. And that's one thing that was alerted to me. Like, you know, once... You know, it's different, and I don't want to spend too much time on this, but let me give some more facts of the situation to make it a little bit easier for viewers and as well as you. So apparently, when you're with somebody, you notice a decline, but it's bad when people on the outside is like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like looking a little skinny. You know what I mean? Skin looking a little rough. Teeth ain't looking too healthy no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, nah, man. She just, I mean, you know, you're in denial. You know what I'm saying? You're in denial to the point where as though now when you find the hardcore evidence, it's like, fuck, like, I'm out here looking like a clown.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how do you not see this in your own, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm glad that he found the evidence that he needed. Because sometimes you need to find, you just got to find it sometimes. You got to find the actual truth.
Be on that fucking, be on that blow type time when they was at the party. What he asked George about Murtha and shit, he was like,
oh, yeah. Should have gone, well, goddamn, she's skinny.
He was like, yeah, give or take. I'm like,
right.
What the fuck?
Well, at least George knew, though. George knew.
Oh, yeah, man.
He knew. You know what I'm saying?
He knew what it was.
Exactly.
But
so
that's a bad situation, though, man.
Yeah, either way, like I said, you know, I'm praying for him. Hopefully he comes out of it on top on his end. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about the other party. I'm worried about the party is being done to.
No doubt.
So let's move on from that. Here we go.
What we talking about?
NFL playoff review and preview. So we're going to start off with the review first. We're going to do the review first.
Mm-hmm.
Bills versus Ravens. I mean, we already called it. You ain't got to do all that. That was unnecessary. That was unnecessary. That was really unnecessary.
I just wanted the people to know how excited I was about everything. That's all. My bad.
Okay. All right. So we both called it. The Bills pulled it out.
Right.
I thought it would have. And don't take this the wrong way. I thought it would have been more of a dominant fashion. But they still, I mean, they still won. It was a double digits, right?
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. First of all, see, I'm gonna tell you like I told a mutual friend of ours. My man's and yours. Shout out to my main man, Big Mel Scrappy. I had to let him know. I had to let Big Mel know. You know, Big Mel Scrappy. You know,
Ron, stop talking to people who teams that don't make the playoffs. Stop talking to people like that.
Die-hard Raider fan right there, Raider Nation film. You know, I'm just giving him a shout out, just giving him his due. You know what I mean? But no, I had to let him know. You know, he kind of see Mel a funny cat. He kind of goes like this with his opinions on shit. And he had made some kind of statement alluding to somewhat similar to what you just said regarding the Rays. I said, wait a minute, you got to understand something. When you make the playoffs, and unless you made the playoffs in the fashion, unless you made it in the fashion in which the NFC East teams made it this year, unless you made it like that, chances are you're a pretty solid football team. There's going to be some aspects of your team that are pretty rock solid. The Ravens, they ran the ball effectively on offense. They played very strong defense. They were a good team. I mean, it would have took a lot to come out and just outright run over them. I mean, I think the Bills came about as close to running over them as anybody could have did it in this postseason. I mean, they only gave up 3 points. The Ravens scored 3. They gave up 17. Could have been worse. Oh, it definitely could have been worse. We left some points on the field. It could have been 24-3, which would have looked a hell of a lot worse for them. In terms,
true.
You know, but you know, it is what it is, because I guess they can always say, well, you know, our kicker, had he made some of those field goals,
17-9, he's still losing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he missed 2, right?
He missed 2 field goals.
An extra point?
They scored no touchdowns.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Damn, I'm tripping.
So it might have been 3. He might have missed 3 Johns.
All right, well,
I know he missed at least 2. He missed at least 2 kicks. I mean, it got to a point where it seemed like them joints doinking around out there for him became very commonplace. And it's funny because coming into that game, they kept on
he had missed the kick like...
Oh, he don't miss.
Right.
Yeah, well, we can't tell. So I mean, I'm just saying that's how I went down out there. But yeah, I mean, you know, we did what we had to do when we had to do it, and it never was no doubt for this man. I always fucking knew it, and that's reality.
All right, okay. Like I said, I thought it would be more dominant. But as you put it, it was a 2-touchdown win. So
Okay. See, you taking jabs now, bro.
I'm not taking no jabs.
You taking jabs because see that was.
I can't state my opinion.
I mean, a lot of people were saying they felt as though the last maybe month and a half worth of football games you guys played, you should have won
Here we go.
more dominant fashion. But I wasn't one of those people. I was saying, hey man, the bottom line is that they was winning. That's all that matters.
I mean, it's hard everybody wanted us to go undefeated. I really didn't care if we go undefeated. We go undefeated in the playoffs and I'm good. But I mean, shit, we won 23 out of the last 24 games, including the Super Bowl. So I mean, give me a fucking break.
I mean, maybe they just felt like some of those games that y'all played down the stretch, like games like against teams like maybe like the Panthers, they felt like y'all should have blown them teams out when y'all was winning close, nail biters against these kinds of teams. I don't know, brother. I'm just telling you what people are saying. It ain't me.
I mean, fuck everybody. I mean, fuck them. That's the way I feel about it. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
So we're going to move on from that one. We're going to go Chiefs versus the Browns. I will be the first to admit I was a little scared when 15 went down. Actually, I was scared shitless because, that was like the end of the playoffs for me right there. But somehow, some way, man, we pulled it out. And those games that we were winning by nail biters, I think helped us pull that out too. You know what I'm saying? I think that was a big help because we're used to being in those type of games at this point. We had a few of them this year. So I do give the Browns props, though. I do give them respect. In one fashion, another fashion, I don't. One fashion is for them to come out and actually be in their second playoff game. You know what I'm saying? I think they did what nobody thought they can do, honestly. The reason why I don't give them props, and once Mahomes go down, you got to go for the juggler. That's what I was expecting, but they never did. Cool with me. But I'm just saying, though, like, you're never going to be able to get over that hump to get to an AFC Championship game if you don't know when it's time to, you know what I'm saying? It's time to get down.
Can I ask a question?
What's up?
I mean, you don't think that maybe y'all might be the reason why the Baker Mayfield and the Browns feel like they're a little better than they actually are going into next year?
No, I think the Steelers are.
The Steelers are the reason why?
I think so, yeah. Because you got to think, that was like little brother playing big brother. You know what I'm saying? For them to go out there and do what they did to the Steelers, even though the final score is not indicative of how the game was going. You know what I'm saying? Like, they went to a prevent.
Okay. You know what? Speaking of the Steelers, shout out to once again, our mutual mans.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Greg Leasy, avid Steelers fan, long time Steelers fan. You know what, brother? You gave me my props when you saw what we were doing up there up at Orchid Park. You know what I'm saying? You gave props, and I told you I was going to return that by shouting you out on this podcast. Greg Lowe, my man, number one Steelers fan, but good brother.
Look, I'm gonna say something lazy real quick. I'm gonna say something real time permitting.
Yeah, you do that.
Get the fuck out while you can, man. This shit's over.
Dang.
I'll tell you that when I see you tomorrow. Actually, I'll tell you I'll put on an episode. Get the fuck out while it's still over. That Roethlisberger shit is over. And that's it for that team. That's it. Get out.
Dang. Okay.
I'm just keeping it real.
I was gonna say something kind of along them lines, but I'll just, leave it at it's time for Ben to go. Oh, and I'm gonna leave it right there. Ain't no need for me to go no further with that. I'm gonna leave it right there.
All right. So yeah, like I said, our big sticking point in the game is, Mahomes went down and we had to go in survival mode, and we did that.
Yeah, no doubt. Y'all did that.
So moving along to the NFC, the Bucks versus the Saints. Tim, brother, I love you to death, man, but another situation. You might want to think about bouncing too.
Well,
you might want to think about it.
He's not doing that.
He might not, but I'm saying, though, there's always an option out there. It's always an option. You might want to tuck ass, man, because that thing was looking real, real suspect. Like, Kamara is great. I love Alvin Kamara. He's a great back. But I think y'all invested too much time in Drew Brees, and now it's going to be starting all over again. Because Taysom Hill ain't it.
So what about your mans who came in and threw that touchdown pass? You think he got a shot at starting there?
Jameis trying to bounce. He don't want to be there.
Wow.
I had a conversation with him over crab legs, and he told me he was ready to bounce. Bottom line.
Over crab legs, huh? Okay.
Yep.
It must have been some fucking extra spicy obey on them bitches. You sit here and say that man would not want a chance to start down in New Orleans, and that with that being said, that segues the question: is him and Hill going to battle for that starting job next year, or are they just going to walk Hill right into it?
I think they're gonna walk him right into it. That was evident when Breeze went down. That was clearly evident.
Well, I think you could also attribute that though to the fact that Hill had been there longer, so he had a tighter grasp on what was going on.
Understandable, but they're two different quarterbacks. I mean, if anything, and none of them are Drew Brees, but Jameis Winston is more Drew Brees than Taysom Hill. He's a classic drop back quarterback.
Okay, well, me personally, I think that's going to be one of the very, very notable, very interesting off-season situations, just to see how that gets handled. Because I feel like if it's me, if I'm Sean Payton, I feel like they need to go ahead and battle that out in camp and in preseason. And if Taysom Hill is
if there is a preseason,
well, yeah, if there is one, and if Taysom Hill is who you think he is, he should win that. But if Jameis wants to regain his form as being the former number 1 overall pick in the draft, he should win that as well. That's why it makes for a very interesting situation in my book.
Well, I would say one place that I would like him to go, and that's Jameis. I would love to see him go to the Redskins. I think they got enough talent around to where as though, I mean, if fucking Heineke can do it, I'm pretty sure Winston can do it. That's the way I look at it.
I mean, that's another interesting topic too, because like you just said about Heineke, excuse me. The Redskins may very well draft a quarterback in the first round of the draft. So now I feel like, I'm not saying he shouldn't, because especially if you think somebody is there available for you to take that could be your guy for the next 10 years, you definitely got to make
you got to pull that trigger, yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like what was he, number 4, right?
Yeah.
I feel like number 4 did enough to at least get a look.
Yeah, he definitely should get a look. I mean, like you said, that's got to be a camp battle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Got to be a camp battle. That's the way I look at it.
Definitely.
All right, for the sake of time, we're going to move on from that. Packers and the Ram, my bad. Rams. It was what it was, man. Aaron Rodgers just playing out his mind. I mean, I didn't really never think Devontae Adams was this good, but shit, he's proven me wrong. I mean, he's always open. You know what I'm saying? The defense, I think that's the thing with the Packers. The defense is showing up now.
I mean, well, what the fuck happened with Jalen Ramsey out there?
He did his due diligence against Devontae Adams. He ain't get torched. Don't try that. Jalen don't get torched.
Well, I mean, he was having a little hissy fit on that touchdown.
Because the ball didn't switch off. That's why. You're making me look bad. Not on national TV. Don't make me look bad. You're supposed to switch.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's a basic rule in the zone. Like, if you come across your face, you got to pick him up, right?
I hear you. I mean, I
don't like the fact you keep attacking. I know those last 2 players you've been attacking before the State players.
I'm not attacking anybody, bro. I'm just asking a question.
Okay, all right.
Because you took the time and you took the initiative last episode to talk about that matchup. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's going to be a good matchup. But, I mean, Devontae Adams, I guess he said, no, not really.
I mean, what? He scored a touchdown? He only had like 60-something yards receiving, or maybe 75, when he was torching everybody else for 150. Come on, man. Give my man his props.
Oh, my bad. You right.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That's a D-back you right there. Come on, man. Representing well. Back up the Brinks truck, nigga. That's what he is. Back up the Brinks truck.
My bad, bro.
Man.
My bad, bro. I apologize.
You see what happens? Somebody ain't do their job. There's lightning get dealt with out there in that joint. Anyway, moving along. And I think another key to that game too was Aaron Donald wasn't himself. that might have offset a little bit of Aaron Rodgers sitting back there and just tossing it around. You know what I'm saying? Because at least he could have put some pressure on him, but he wasn't a sub. You could tell.
Yeah, I think that definitely played a role.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that definitely played a role because when that guy's man, when he
get rolling, man, it's a headache.
It's annoying as fuck. If he's playing against your team, it's annoying.
Right.
I mean, if you're a Rams fan, I guess you love it.
You love it, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You love it. I ain't mad at it. Now let's move on to the preview of the NFC and the AFC Championship game. We're going to save the best for last, so we're going to start off with the Bucks and the Packers.
Man, come on, man.
What do you? I mean, I got to go Packers. I got to go Packers straight up. I go Packers kind of in a route, maybe like 35-21 or 35-14 or 17 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, me too.
Yep.
It's no way, and this ain't got nothing to do with the obvious. I know everybody. Oh well, yeah, I guess you would pick against Tampa because of Brady. That ain't got shit to do with nothing.
That team just ain't good enough.
I don't see it. I don't see them going up there. And you know what? Even though I know today, with today being Wednesday, and I know that over the next couple of days, the weather definitely has a chance to change. But from what I see,
it's 1 to 3 inches.
It's gonna snow. Yeah. It's gonna snow up there. So like that now I know Brady could play in that shit. He's
used to that. But what about the rest of them dudes?
The rest of them motherfuckers is my question. Like are they going to be able to come out there and not get bogged down by the weather conditions? I know he can, but listen, all Brady can do is throw it. He can't help you catch it.
He can't run it for you.
He can't run. Yeah, for the running back carrying it, he can't make sure you don't fumble. You know, his impact on that offense is only going to go but so far in them kinds of situations. So, yeah, I like Green Bay in that game as well. And I think that what's going to happen, I think it might be kind of tight early on, but I see maybe like early to mid third quarter, 1 or 2 key plays is going to allow them to really start to open that game up and pull away.
I'm gonna have to say honestly, I think it's gonna be over early. I think it's gonna be over early because the way I see the Pat, they just don't stop. Like he keep airing it out. Like it's nothing. The only thing you could do is the Buccaneers got to find a running game.
Yeah, to keep them off.
That's the only thing they really can do.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess we both are in agreement with that.
But you know. With that being said, Ronald Jones looked pretty good. I know he got he tweaked this injury or something though toward the end of that game, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's something to keep an eye on as well. But when he was running the ball, he looked pretty good.
You look good in perfect conditions in the dome, weather controlled. You know what I'm saying? And you know, playing in Lambeau is a different animal. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the cold alone sometimes can get to you.
True, but he played ball at USC, right?
Exactly, he's a Sonny Weber boy. So, like, you know what I'm saying? You're not even used to that,
right? So, it ain't like he played in the conditions that like a guy that played for Wyoming would have.
Played for who?
Wyoming, the Cowboys.
They got a football team?
Yeah, they do.
All right.
They do.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you know, one of the top QBs in the league went there.
Where's that? Is that the MEAC or something like that?
You know what?
Or the Big Mountain West?
You know what that is? That is the segue to the next topic.
All right. So, man, this is pretty awkward. It's not awkward. It's been coming along for some time, at least for the last couple of years, I could say. You know, there's been inklings about the Bills, X, Y, and Z. We all know what the Chiefs do. You know what I'm saying? We know what that life is about. So, with that being said,
really don't.
What's up?
Nothing, man. Go ahead, man.
All right. With that being said, AFC Championship game. Bills going to Arrowhead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let you start it off.
man. You know,
and I want to score a prediction too.
Okay. At the beginning of this year, we talked about this.
It feels good though. It feels good.
It do feel good. It feels right. You know what I'm saying? It feels better than just good. It feels right. It feel like this is a matchup of clearly the two best teams in the AFC.
In the league.
Okay.
I'll say it in the league. I think it's us, y'all, then it's the Packers. You might feel differently, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, I a little bit. You just move that around a little bit, but
hey, I ain't mad at you, Pimp. I ain't mad at you.
All right. So now I feel like this. I looked ahead a little bit. It's supposed to be a little rainy that day. It could be the game could have some rain activity.
I think rain changing to snow or snow changing to rain, one of the two.
Okay. All right.
As it is right now.
If that's the case, you got. I know for a fact we can get it down in the ill weather, and I know you guys have had y'all bouts playing. So I don't think that would be much of an advantage either way. I look at this, and this is what I say. If I'm the Bills, I am not going to allow Travis Kelce or Mr. Hill to beat us. If you lose that game, you're going to lose it because some other chief players stepped up and just played out their mind. Regardless of the team you're discussing, sometimes coming into a game, if it's just meant for that other team, if it's their day,
it's going to happen. There's nothing you can do about it.
Happen, regardless of what. But with that being said, I go back once again and say, Trav, the cheater, neither is going to get it down against us that day. I'm making damn sure that this does not happen, that this is not the case. I feel like this. I feel like this is going to be yet another game where I think the offenses could take center stage. I feel like you guys could score some points. We could score some points.
It's going to come out of the defense, though.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Somebody got to make a stop.
Defenses, you got the two defenses now. You may or may not agree with this.
I think y'all got the better defense.
I think from a defensive standpoint, we stand a better chance of making a game-altering play. We stand a higher percentage-wise. We stand a higher probability of doing it than you guys do. That's just the way I feel about it. I feel that if there's opportunities there in that game to be made, if we take advantage of them, if we capitalize on said opportunities, that could be the turning point. That could be what separates the two situations. Now, I think that we can go on to win this game 35-25.
Oh, 10-point time. Okay. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you at all. Well, my thing is this. I just need to make sure it depends on what Mahomes we're getting. That's first of all. If we are getting Mahomes, which I think we are at this point.
He's play.
I think that
there wasn't nothing wrong with that bitch. Oh, my bad. That was, you know what? That wasn't my fault. That
Truth comes out, huh? Truth comes out. Okay. See, I wasn't even going to take it there.
My bad, bro. My bad.
I mean, got to be a bitch and all that, though. Damn.
You're right. I apologize. That shit wasn't right.
Damn, you had to get that one off on the record. Okay. Well, like I was saying, I'm going to take the high road. That's what I'm going to do.
Yes.
I'm going to take the high road. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this game is won or lost on the arm of Mahomes. Now, when I say that, a lot of people are going to think, you got to run the ball. As we all know, some of them passes are run. You know what I'm saying? They're pretty much runs. So it's going to be on the arm of him. You know what I'm saying? And if the Mahomes show up, the Mahomes that I know, the Super Bowl MVP Mahomes, the league MVP Mahomes, you know what I'm saying? If that guy show up, I'm going to say, I don't have the score being as high as you do. I think the defenses are really going to hone in and lock in. 21-14.
Okay. Now, this is what I want to say. That's not to suggest that the defenses are not going to ball out. My score prediction. I just feel that there may be some plays made on both sides of this equation that normally our respective defenses would not have given that up against anyone else.
Right.
But because it's us, it's that irresistible force meeting that immovable object. I think that it will be case scenarios where you're going to see both offenses shine in key instances, which will lead to some scoring that normally would not have taken place. But again, it's going to come down to who wins that turnover battle.
Yeah, of course. That's going to be key.
You know, who wins that turnover battle. And like you said, you know what? Now, this is what I will also like to point out. I had saw something online with somebody. I guess I'm assuming this dude was a Chiefs fan because he was talking about Mahomes' ability hurting Buffalo. And I said, wait a minute. Did you not watch at least the highlights of our game just last week? Mobility? I mean, we put the clamps on the most mobile motherfucker around. It don't get no more mobile than Lamar Jackson. And even still, because that's his thing, because that's what he do, he still had his moments where he was able to escape and pick up something. But for the most part, I mean, shit, man, we kept that boy bottled up, sacking him, tackling them for either a loss or tackling them for minimal gains. Like, we kept that ball bottled up. I feel like this, and it's just my feeling. If you can bottle up and contain that, you got no business. This is not to suggest that he should never get a positive run or he should never pick up positive yardage with his legs because he can do that.
He's a sneaky ass runner.
Yes.
He do a lot of shit and I'm like, what? And it's weird and it's slow, but it works. Like,
I'm just saying, you do not allow that motherfucker to break your back when you didn't allow the back breaker to break your back. And that's a fact, Jack. And that's reality.
Oh, man. Sunday's going to be a real interesting day, man. It's going to be very, very interesting. Very interesting to say the least.
I'm putting them on the spot in front of everybody right now. Damn.
You already got your answer, man. Why are you asking me this again?
No,
this
man.
This is the third time you asked me this. You realize this, right?
This guy says he has made it clear that if his quarterback is cleared to play, which we all know he is, we know he's that he is going to come here. He is going to come to Bill's country to watch this game.
I'm not scared to go on the road. I'm not scared.
If for any reason he don't show up, people, regardless of the way that game ends, he ain't got no room to talk no shit about nothing. Every time he go to say something, if he tries to say anything, I'm gonna say, nah. Those comments are reserved for people who attended the affair.
All right, first of all, you know what? Let's get a couple. And I don't want to waste too much time. I need a couple stipulations made about this whole Bills country thing. All right.
Right.
Who's all going to be in attendance? Because I'm pretty sure everybody's going to be on my case.
Brother, it's not even. You know what? It's not going to be like how you think. It might be one or two hand-picked attendees. You know what I'm saying? And like it's not going. It ain't gonna be like no mock. Cause first of all, we practice our social distancing around this motherfucker. So that's number one. And it's not gonna be like how you may be thinking, but there is probably one or two names that's floating through your mind right now.
I already know the two. Actually, you know what though? One, I'm not sure because the game is gonna be kind of late, so I'm not sure about him. But I know Red's gonna be there. I know that for sure.
I mean, listen, brother.
I ain't got no doubt in my mind.
Listen, brother. All I know is that I mean, there's been some discussion that you got some apprehension about stepping into Bill's country. You know what I'm saying? It's been some discussion about this, and I said, well, no, I'm gonna give my man the benefit of the doubt. Now, I know that if you made it clear that if your boy don't play, that you ain't rocking.
It's no point. It's really no point.
And I get it. I get that. So I'm saying it publicly that I would actually excuse that absence.
Okay, as long as we're on the same page, I'm good.
But if he If he plays.
If he plays, shit, which I said I think he will. So I'll be at your crib.
Okay.
That's all. Bottom line.
Y'all heard it. So if
Hey, you know what though? We might have to go on Instagram Live for that one.
however way it go, as long as you up in this motherfucker, I don't give a fuck. Instagram Live, whatever. With you, as long as you here, my man. As long as you here.
That's cool. All right, we're gonna move along from this. We can talk about this until the cows jump over the moon.
No, yep, no doubt, no doubt.
So now we're gonna bring back the infamous hot seat. It's been a little while since we've been on this topic. I'm gonna start this one off because I got a couple things I need to get off my chest, and this is going out to the whole organization of the Houston Texans. If you didn't want the man to be your franchise player, why did you give him all the bread? It doesn't make any sense at all. If he wants to be in the room, if he feels as though, now, granted, he doesn't have the experience to pick a GM or to pick a team president, but if he gets certain vibes off of a human being, like, nah, like, I think we should go a different route, hear him out. Maybe he saves you.
Right.
Maybe, and most franchise players do have that type of ability to where as though, like, remember when we drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire, they asked Mahomes, well, who do you want? He said, man, if the ball laying around, get him. And they got him.
Okay.
And that's before he signed the $500 million. That happened like a week later, but still, you know what I mean? Like, but actually, no, that happened months later. Now I'm thinking about it again. So I mean, like you gotta give your star player, if he's gonna be around for the next 8 to 10 years, give him some type of power. At least make him feel good. Now I will say this: I have heard that. I'm just saying, I'm not sure if this is true or not, and this is said by a former Hall of Fame player who got there late in his career, that it felt like a damn plantation field in that joint. That would be the great Ed Reed.
Whoa.
He said that out his mouth. Remember, he was only there for like a year and some change. But this was done before all this even happened. This is an interview like last year sometime. And it was asking about the different teams and how did it feel doing this and how. It's like, man, listen, that joint felt like a plantation field, man. Like, I don't know if we were slaves in that joint or not. Like,
wow.
He saw coaches talking to players like they kids and all, and it's like you go to upper management, they not even trying to buffer it or nothing. Like, now he made it clear it didn't happen to him, but he viewed that happening.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like when you think about it, think about all the talent they've wasted, and all the players start speaking out. Andre Johnson spoke out. He said, well, what you expect is the Texans. Who else spoke out? J.J. Watt been speaking out lately about them. He actually went as far to apologize to Deshaun, like he was walking off the field the last game of the season. He said, "I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry." And Deshaun was like, "What? What are you talking about?" He was like, "I'm sorry, we're wasting your years. It's not fair to you."
Yeah. I did. I caught that. No
you know
doubt.
what I'm saying? So if you got players, and he probably know the deal. You know what I'm saying? You got. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, and we think about it, they really wasted one of probably the greatest receivers. I mean, he like top 15. Andre Johnson was a pretty good dude in his day.
Oh yeah. And
if he's speaking out like, yo, like they're like, well, damn, they didn't consult Deshaun Watson. He was like, what do you expect as the Texans? He even know the deal.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I just want to tell them, man, get your shit together, man, or just blow it up. Do what y'all gonna do. Become the Cleveland Cavaliers of the NFL. I don't know. Just say you don't want to win. But stop holding back people that got talent and locking them up and wasting their career. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Well, that's crazy, man. That team could be headed towards purgatory, like, because that get around and that becomes, like the understanding for what it is to play there. Who's gonna want to play there? Nobody.
Like before Cleveland had this regime change. Remember, everybody's like, you go to Cleveland to die.
Right.
That's where careers die at. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be as good as you want to be, but you're only one player, and we're going to ship you here. Good luck. They're going to pay you, but you ain't going to win.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
So, moving along from that one, staying in the realm of the NFL, apparently you want to talk to the whole NFL, so go ahead, have at it, man.
All I'm saying is simply this whole situation concerning Mahomes is just one of a few situations I could think of that has occurred since I've been watching football. And I've been watching football, man, shit, for I don't even want. I'm gonna just say a long fucking time. I
You
didn't
don't
watch
put
it.
much age out there, but go ahead.
Listen, bro, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, OG for real. But look, on some real shit, I don't like how it seems as though in certain key instances with certain key players, rules are bended, adjusted, and mended. That's not cool to me. This whole thing with Mahomes, okay, it was initially said that he had a concussion. That was the word. When he left that game, they said he was out, wasn't coming back. The word concussion was used.
Yeah, concussion. Yeah, definitely a concussion protocol. They said they put him in a protocol,
Okay,
which means you have a concussion.
which means you got a concussion. But now you go from concussion to something with the neck. Oh, the neck got twisted wrong and it might have cut off the air and all that bullshit. I mean, listen, see, my thing is this, and this is what I truly feel. If this was not the AFC Championship game that we were talking about playing on Sunday, he would not be playing on Sunday. I feel like he would have set out at least a week. But because it's their conference championship game, they're pushing him back, or they're creating the scenario for him to get back out there on the field. See, and I got a problem with that because see, like I told you off camera when we discussed this, if he's not truly ready to get back out on that field, and then he goes out there and tries to do some of his magical plays and ends up getting tackled and further injured, because I can't say re-injured because apparently he wouldn't be healthy to begin with. So I'll say further injured, further aggravate what's already there. Now all of a sudden we're the fucking villains. If his career is threatened in any way, or if he has any kind of significant drop off in his performance going forward, we're the villains. I mean, we damned if we do, damned if we don't in a situation like that. And I'm not feeling that.
Don't touch it.
No, fuck that. He's getting his ass is getting touched. If he out there wanting to, listen, nigga.
Don't touch him, that's all.
You're not adding to the highlight reel against us. Fuck that. You know what I mean? We're not having it. So, but see, that's precisely my point. We get him out there, take him down. All of a sudden, he go to get up and then fall back down, some more extra shit. And they, oh my God! And then this big hush falls over the stadium. And now, if he can't play the rest of that game, and then okay, so that would end his season. So now you go through all of the off season, and then like you start hearing things like, yeah, well, he's going to have to now. He's going to be required to have this surgery. Hopefully he'll be all right. Let's pray for him. And it's like, well, damn, wait a minute. If y'all would have left that man the fuck alone and let him heal like a human being's supposed to, we wouldn't be here right now. But no, y'all worried more about your advertising time slots and all that bullshit. See, we all know fucking Wu-Tang told us years ago that cash rules everything around me.
Yeah, definitely with the NFL shit. Like,
and there it is. This is evidence of it. So yeah, that's why I put the NFL brass on the hot seat for shit like this. This is why you motherfuckers got sued before, because of the concussions and how y'all was making motherfuckers. This is the whole reason why the fucking concussion protocol exists. So yeah, I'm talking shit about it. I don't dig it. Y'all need to get your minds right, because that shit ain't right, and that's reality.
I'm gonna let you slide with this one because I'm not opposed to it. So I'm gonna ride with you on this one, even though it would probably mean us not making it to the Super Bowl indefinitely. But and I take a page of probably one of the most beat up quarterbacks of all time, Favre. He commented too, right?
What did he say?
They asked him, and he said, "I don't think he should play. I think he should be sitting next week." He said, if it is a concussion or if it's something with his neck, you know what I'm saying, to make him lose oxygen that way, he shouldn't be playing next week. And I take it from him because that motherfucker went out on his shield.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, people, hopefully we'll see how this goes down. I will be in attendance at this man's laboratory. And hopefully, Chiefs come out with a win. That's all I can say, man. That's all I'm going to say. You know what I mean?
That shit ain't happening, Captain. Know that. Know that. You know what I'm saying? Know that.
See, when you gotta do all that, that doesn't give me confidence. That doesn't give me confidence in what you're thinking about your team, man. You ain't gotta do that. You ain't gotta do all that. No, man. No. And you know what? For the record, if the Bills lose, I want you not to wear that hoodie on the next episode either, because that will be the Super Bowl episode. We don't need to see that after that.
Okay, so
if y'all lose, if y'all win, you're free to do whatever you want.
So when we win, what you gonna not wear, or what am I gonna have to not worry about seeing?
Oh, you know,
maybe that flag in the background. Take that shit the fuck off the wall.
Oh, they ain't coming down. They ain't coming down. That's fucking the plaster to the wall. I can't do nothing about that. You know what I'll do? I'll switch my view.
Do something. That's all I'm saying. Do something.
I'll switch my view gladly. I'll switch my view. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and close this down, man.
Once again, I just want to say how much we love y'all for kicking it with a couple of brothers who put it down like no other. It's your boy, Reality Ron Bullard, my man, Chris Black. Where you need a reality check, the Reality Room is where you want to be at. We'll be back next week in the building, God willing, and that's reality.
Fuck Daryl Tyler.
I'm never sleeping, cause sleeping is the cause of your death. Live by the code till I take my last breath. I'm never sleeping. I hustle while you rest. We from the cooking till ain't nothing left.